absolutely no way T is going to be able to use that CC to his advantage and start dashing. But we are looking at a match 3 right now. This is kind of a game for both sides. We are looking at whoever takes this game is all going to be game point the following match after. So, BTK versus Ackerman. We are looking at a tense match once again. Instead, we're going to see a little bit of a different draft from both sides, but a little bit of a caster, a little bit of a disagreement on the draft favorites, but a little bit of a skirmish already in the mid-side.
Yeah, the Iron Hook connecting on to Joy Bosch. He is going to have to go back and get some regen. You kind of mentioned Atlas having a little bit of that slower start, needing to wait to get that level 4 to be a heavy menace or a threat for the opposing side. So definitely having to play a little bit more passive. But once he gets that level 4, Ackerman definitely having to decide when to go in and when not to, as the only one with Purify on their team currently is Nicolette.
Yeah, and that is going to be an easy way out for Nicolette, but not so much for Zia and Galaxy and Toinks if he does land the fatal link as well. But we already see the rotation happening towards the bot side, a lot of pressure onto Galaxy, and I would like to see a little bit more pressure towards the top side, but we are seeing a 1-2-2 kind of strat coming in, as we'd love to see the Romish protect their marksman, but already a lane shove coming in from BTK, which is going to be T.
Yeah, definitely having to be careful. Both teams playing patiently, as we did see a 22-minute game and a 30-minute plus game for the first 2 matches in this best of 5. And Toinks, again, not missing these iron hooks. This man's accuracy may be higher than Eunice's prediction rate as T secures first blood and takes down Nicolette.
Higher than my prediction rate indeed. Was able to get a lot of hooks towards that mid side, but that is a first blood taken off the board already, which is going to be Nicolette, denying her 4 and also her Purify as well. So this objective should be very easy for the favorite BTK.
Yeah, definitely trying to take advantage of the early game. Yato, you are seeing him in a bad situation. Galaxy on the chase. Wait a minute. T is going to find Kush. Galaxy and Yato. Woo! Zane is going to secure the turtle. Yato securing a kill over on Galaxy. Zane and T in position for a pickoff. T is going to rush in with Final Slash, takes down Toinks, and able to get out of that turret just in time before Nicolette could burst him down.
That was a beautiful play, actually, coming in from that bot side. Yato versus Galaxy copy the Lapu ults, and then kind of made Galaxy force him under the turret and then finish him off. That was a beautiful play, but you see T coming in at 3-0, and that's already just an Arlot doing Arlot things, being a menace into his own area. And he also has an early game CC, so he's able to get a little bit of an advantage with that. But 4-0 currently on the kill board, a little bit of a goal lead starting now for the side of BTK.
Yeah, and speaking of T, already getting online, combo with this Joy Bosch on the Atlas can be something scary to rush into, and I really want to see how they play it out. But looking at the scoreboard so far, 4-0, BTK already making Ackerman uncomfortable.
Definitely making them uncomfortable because the scoreboard is 4-0. T is currently in the lead. We already see the rotations coming into the mid side, possibly denying Nicolette from clearing any of the waves, but leaving the lane that early is going to make them late to the rotations, also give up a lot of vision for that top side. And here comes Kush, already noticing that members are gone from the side of BTK.
Yeah, already realizing that he does not have his team with him, but he is going to go ahead and try and protect and possibly pick off ISO. But look at Joy Boss, perfect match into the bush with Mobazane on his side. The stun, the fatal links, and Mobazane securing the kill on the Kush. Iron Hook, the full Joy Boss back feather airstrike going down. Double feathered airstrike with the IMU. Yato taking down Toinks. Some amazing 5x5s, make that a 10x10. But BTK still kind of leading this aggressive stance for the early phase, pushing their way into the turret for the top side. Zia forced to flicker out and allow BTK to burst down this turret with no contest.
That is going to be a objective 16 for that top side. Now, Ackerman a little bit of a back foot. We are looking at the rotation coming in from the turtle though, and Kush needs to find a little bit of answers. Wasn't able to pick up the first objective again. Now, if he can't pick up this one, that is going to be a neutral. Still not into the favor. See a little bit of suppression coming out on T, but he is able to sustain as he is going to go towards a tank route. But looks like Kush is going to get a hand on this first.
And this is something we've seen time and time again, a battle over the retribution for these objectives. And Kush able to go toe-to-toe with Mobazane, who is still a little too far now, going to make his way in, but stunned by Galaxy. T is going to take down Zia. Turtle has been reset. Nicolette is going to drop down the feathered airstrike from afar, controlling the zonage for this Turtle. And Yato still in a good position for the denial. Look at Mobazane. It's not going to go back, but Joy Boss is going to go ahead and recall Turtle at about half HP. Make that a quarter. Mobazane with the steal and the Phantom's execution hits the retribution just in time to secure the Turtle for BTK. You are going to see Zia possibly in a bad situation as well. Look at both teams clashing it out on this purple buff. Zane rushes in, takes down Kush. Purple buff has been reset, but BTK leading the way so far 8-0. May be able to open up this map even more in their favor.
They are leading the way right now, as that is going to be 2 objectives picked up by BTK, but still nothing in response from Ackerman. And they are looking for something here in the mid side, but close by the Joy Boss.
We are going to see a huge play in the way. Fatal Links. Joy Boss not able to get the set. Yato takes down Nicolette to respond, no. But now Yato may be in a bad situation as Zia is going to shut him down. BTK still trying to take advantage of the map, but Mobazane hit with the iron hook inside of the tier 2 turret. And the Mirror's Passion from Zia to finish him off.
That was a beautiful iron hook coming in from Toys. He's been landing his hooks. What is your hook rate? Might just have to ask him that later, as he has been landing everything, especially in that early game, right? Mid-side was able to land a couple hooks on Joy Bosch, but also land a couple on Yato as well. And that is something you want to see Franco players doing, be able to land those hooks. Goes a little bit wide, so it looks like first net once again, but we do see already a little bit of pressure on the top side, trying to take at least another objective.
Now T rushing in, final slash onto Zia, onto Toinks. He's gonna go out for more hit with the iron hook to allow Zia to get away, but Unstoppables, you are gonna find him take down Toinks to respond.
And I don't think opening up Arlot was a good idea for the side of Ackerman. Now, it is always banned out, and there is a reason why it's banned out. Sitting at 502, T's actually opting in for a little bit of damage as well. Now, they do have to shut down T before he starts becoming a menace. He definitely has that early game goal lead, as he is sitting at the most kills. Neutral objectives coming up in about 5 seconds. Looks like BTK is going to definitely get a hold of this, as they are looking at the back foot with objectives. Still, not looking for anything right now, as they need an answer before it's too late.
Yeah, definitely needing some answers. BTK pulling the aggro of this Turtle 7 minutes in. Able to claim 3 turrets, 2 turtles, make that a 3rd in their favor. And this is what they need to take this game. As we mentioned, game 2, a huge power spike for either side to have the advantage in this best-of-5 series.
But look at Zia doing a little bit of a split push, and that's what I like to see from, actually, Zia's been doing that split push potential, right? Even though they are on the other side of the map, Zia still takes the advantage. Even though they're on the back, they still try to give himself a little bit of advantage by split pushing, but here comes Joy Bosch.
He's going to rush with the seal play, but is able to get it off just in time with the Fatal Links. T takes down Toinks, a monster kill. That's going to be 1 member down for Ackerman so far. BTK trying to claim any advantage they can, trying to maintain that pressure against Ackerman and keep them uncomfortable.
But that is still 602 sitting in T. Nobody still hasn't been able to shut him down. There is a suppression coming in from Toinks, but maybe he has to use that once everybody's around him. Grab a hook onto T and make sure that he is taken off the board. There is no response coming in from the side of Ackerman.
Yeah, definitely more of that one-sided story so far. They only really had Zia on the top side, and on the bottom side, with the iron hook, the flicker backward. Final slash going in. Twinks takes down Joy Boss, feathered airstrike. Rains from afar from Nicolette, trying to stop BTK from claiming this tier 2 turret.
Now, Nicolette's sitting at 0-2 right now. That's not the best KDA that you want to see coming from Nicolette, right? You always wanted to protect Nicolette, as she is kind of like that driver for the team, but she's not looking too great right now. And usually the next response you want to protect is Zia, which is going to be Beatrix. And now you really have to be careful. You have to let Zia comfortably farm and start doing a little bit of damage, because ISO hasn't been taken off the board yet, so he is beautifully scaling and also 2 levels ahead.
Now Toinks trying to get away, hit with the Fatal Links, and taken down by T. You mentioned that Arlot walking through the draft, and they are punishing Ackerman. You are seeing the Thorn Rose go out. Mobazane comfortable on the tanks a lot, chasing down Galaxy. The suppression with the Bloody Hunt, and Zane picking up the kill with the Thorn Rose.
That is 2 members down for the side of Ackerman, but Zia still split pushing alongside with Nicolette, and they're just like, you know what? Screw this team fight. I'm just gonna keep split pushing, and they are left with a high ground base turret on that top side for the side of BTK. Now they gotta be careful. This could be in on the back door, and we've seen these multiple times. If that happens, that's a little bit of an upset, right? So we do see the Lord is going to be picked up by BTK, but they still have turrets that they exchange for that top side. Now they have to be back in their base huddled as well to protect their crystal from going down.
Yeah, definitely need to be a little careful. A lot of these objectives are falling a little too easily for Ackerman, but as we like to say, a saving grace. Zia still rotating around the map and taking some of these turrets, as Zia is going to also pick up a kill, takes down Joyboss with the swiftness, but BTK with the response is trying to rush in and get another kill of their own, but not able to hit the mark, but clearing the tier 2 turret for the mid lane.
And that is going to be a Lord coming down to that top side. Lantern has been popped to give a little bit of vision, but we are seeing the proxy of lanes coming in, already trying to deny this Lord pushing in anywhere closer. But look at the mid side, huddled in 3-man Galaxy. Might be caught out? No, they're gonna go ahead and make that Lord not any use, and that is a beautiful defense coming in from Ackerman.
And looking at BTK so far, they're leading by about 7,000 gold, claiming 6 turrets, 3 turrets over Ackerman so far, and also were able to claim every single turtle. And with that being said, they definitely have the advantage to be able to close this game out. Ackerman needing to play a little bit more passive now and wait for them to make a mistake.
And once they make that mistake, they are able to turn that game around, and that is if they can find a mistake. Now, they have all the frontline presence coming in from Ackerman. They have Kush, they have Galaxy, they have Twinks. It's up to Zia and Nicolette to really get to that backside. Either take off ISO, still take off T. T is still sitting at 703, and that's not a good KDA you want to give an R-Lot, especially when he's one of those meta picks right now. That high of kills, and he is almost at his full build. He is going to go ahead and build that 100 strike into a little bit of defense as well, but we are still looking for an answer for the set of Ackerman.
Definitely still looking for answers, but you can't count them out yet. They've been performing really well, especially during the double round robin, and they've been scaling through time and now going toe-to-toe with BTK, evened out in terms of this series 1-1 for both sides. Both teams battling over having the tempo and the pressure from taking game 3, and down goes the fatal links onto Kush and the knockup. Final slash, not able to hit the mark though. Kush does fall, possibly. Nicolette is going to take down Joyboss. T takes down Kush. Zia finds T and also gets a mega kill as ISO finds points as well. Galaxy trying to rush in with Bravest Fighter and trying to get out, but Yato with the denial is going to take him out.
Was able to take down T, but there's a neutral objective coming up, and now 3 members are down, which means already a lot of vision lost. Now we're going to see already maybe a little bit of split pushing happening, try to take as many objectives as they can, as there is T and Joyboss off the table now. Twinks is sitting at 1-6 on this Franco, and Joyboss is sitting at 0-3. I was a little bit unsure about Joyboss picking up Atlas, but it looks like he's playing exceptionally well, making sure that no one gets caught off here.
Yeah, and already seeing Mobazane playing the patient game, pulling the aggro of this Lord. A similar game style that we've seen time and time again. And look at his teammates split pushing on the top side as ISO protected by Joyboss to create that cause of separation to make this objective even easier for BTK to take, as you are seeing points of suppression. Battle in the mid-river on the way. Nicolette finds Yato with a feathered airstrike just in time. T hit by Namir's Passion, and you are going to see Nicolette rush in, try and get a kill. But it's not over yet. Kush is going to get hit by the Fatal Links, trying to rush out just in time. You are going to see ISO pick the kill, takes down Kush. Perfect match from Joyboss, rushing in, going to get the stun. ISO takes down Twinks for a double kill. Zia forced out of the Lord Pit. BTK on the chase. Namir's Passion does go down, but alongside the Wind of Nature to stop that physical damage. And they get Zia, though. Joyboss rushing with the perfect match. Zia with the flicker to not allow the stun for the airstrike dropping down. ISO mortality has been procced. He needs to get out of there. Galaxy on the chase with Bravest Fighter. T finds Nicolette in the back line. Huge play for BTK so far. 3 members down for Ackerman.
Looks like they overstayed their welcome just a little bit. They should have just let them take that objective. Maybe look for a decent trade, but Galaxy can go.
Possible fight on the way on the purple buff. T needing to get out, possibly baiting them to Yato. who is sitting in that bush, but look at Joyboss getting in position. Zia, unstoppable, does find T on that over-aggressive play. The double fatal links. ISO shuts down Zia, picks up a mega kill, and a double as down goes Twinks, and another member falls. A triple into the hands of ISO, who finds Kush, leaving only Galaxy by himself to defend against the full 4-man team of BTK with a concealed play in, making the most out of the respawn timer. 16 seconds until Twinks can respawn in. Kush out and Zia, Nicolette and Galaxy left to defend. ISO clearing the high ground turret for the mid lane. Galaxy very low, burst down by ISO, and now the base crystal taking some serious damage. Zane finds Nicolette on the back line. A full wipeout for Ackerman. BTK may be able to close this out. Twinks spawning in 7 seconds until Kush responds back in alongside Zia, who is now back on the board. They need to clear the minions in the mid lane and also the bottom side. Can they do it? RC and BTK not letting their foot off the gas. Fatal links into Twinks. Doorboss takes him down. Mobazane still in play. You're going to see Zia with the nearest passion, but not in time. As look at the base crystal. BTK claimed victory against Ackerman, and they have claimed game 3.
Now, this is the insurance that we both talked about, right? This can be anyone's game, but after this game, which has just ended,